I'm here in the studio with Shadowrow. So, how's it been going?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm making a lot of music lately, setting up a lot of shows.
It's great to hear. So, what type of rap music do you actually do? Is it just rap music? Is it rock rap music, or what is it?
It's a little bit of everything. We do a lot of. It tends to go more towards the horror course, and we use a lot of horror movie references and stuff like that in the music now. But it's evolving every day. Something we do a lot of collaborations with other artists, so we tend to, mix with their styles, and I don't really try to limit ourselves to one thing.
Now, I know in some of your songs you actually reference like movies and stuff. You have in, I think it was Dead and Gone, you referenced Beetlejuice or something. Yeah, that one was awesome. So what made you think of like taking inserts from movies and actually putting them into your songs?
A lot of it's just from our childhood. Like we grew up on these movies like Beetlejuice and Nightmare on Elm Street, RoboCop, all the Chucky movies like that. Like, so I try to incorporate them into my songs, and a lot of times with a lot of the clips, they actually go with what I'm saying in the songs, and there's a lot of underlying meanings and types of things like that in there.
Okay, so which song did you first start doing that, where you put movie inserts and everything like that?
Oh, that goes way back. We started doing that when we were younger, like with just making on cassettes. We would do it like when we actually started doing this. One time through, we'd have to take one take, beginning to end, write the whole song, play the song through a cassette deck, and rap or sing through it that way, and then we can add movie effects in there, and we record it off the TV and stuff like that, and then we got it moved up to computers and stuff like that, so now it's a little bit easier to take the sounds and put them where we want them.
Well, I mean, yeah, it sounds easy, but even like figuring out which movie to use, which insert to use, it, and then like pairing it up with like certain songs and rhymes and stuff, it still seems like it would be hard though.
Well, a lot of it comes after. I'll usually write the songs, or at least have a basic concept of the song, of what we're going to do with it, and then we'll go back and sit like he's always there, and I got other people that come in and I'll throw in, oh, this sounds good there, put that there, and then we'll start talking about the old movies and stuff like what should we use next, and that's how it works. Like the Seven Sins one, that's right off the movie Seven, the first song on the disc that I have there.
Okay.
And it goes in the order of the movie Seven. Each sin, if you pay attention to the movie and you pay attention to the song, it goes in that order, and so does. It's just how we did it.
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool indeed. Do you have any music that we could play?
We actually have the CD right here.
That's all edited.
Okay, all edited?
Yeah, every song on there.
Which song do you think that we should actually start off with first?
I can go with Seven Sins since we're
let's
talking about
play
it.
Seven Sins then. So let me see if I can actually do this right. Just making sure I don't blow up the studio or anything.
So coming up here, we're going to start off with the song Seven Sins by Shadowrow on the CD called Parasite.
This is about something.
I'm still on the air, so.
I'm talking about the 7 deadly sins.
You lie! You're a fucking lie!
I'm gonna break it down one by one. As you sit up on that stool in your room and consume every ounce of food in a sugar frosted tube, leaving everyone who ever cared behind you till you do. All the candy in the world can't fill the hole that you fell through. And it brings us to the money, the motherfucking greed, the disease running rampant in every human being. Whether it's the dollars and the cents stolen from innocence for your own gain and profit and your personal benefits, it doesn't matter, cause all you do is spend it anyway on stupid fucking pointless shit that just breaks and gets thrown away. Or better yet, you just sit in front of it, slave to the screen, reciting Gilligan's Island, stands mightily. Something snaps that it ain't a dream, taking a chance, turning off the TV, unplug the IV, crawl up off the couch and out the fake reality. Sloth, greed, and gluttony, if you keep it count, that's only 3. Fat from the gluttony, rich from all the greed, lazy like a sloth, lust took over me, high from all the pride, felt the envy, I killed for the wrath, what happened to me? Fat from the gluttony, rich from all the greed, lazy like a sloth, lust took over me, high from all the pride, felt the envy, I killed for the wrath, what happened to me? Now if we must address the next sin called lust, an anagram for the ones you better known as sluts. No time for romance, can't keep your in your pants. Through my eyes, you're all the same, just rats digging through the trash. Speaking of that, I see you high up on your pedestal. A matter of fact, I know that pride can kill a man. To keep thinking on that, and how you're king of the world. For every peasant that you step on, how you could get any girl. No one gives a fuck about every marathon that you ran, and everything you've done for charities and all the starving cats. Guess you call it envy. Got me running on empty for all the times that she left me. Wishing I could be a better man, but all the jealousy makes her regret me. And what I am, good goddamn. If I had what he had, I'd be king of the castle, and I'd do it all again. That's 3 more down, and now we only got 1 left. Fat from the gluttony, rich from all the greed, lazy like a sloth, lust took over me. High from all the pride, felt the envy, I killed for the wrath. What happened to me? Fat from the gluttony, rich from all the greed, lazy like a sloth, lust took over me. High from all the pride, felt the envy, I killed for the wrath. What happened to me? With the crash and the blast, we finally made it to the last. Let me introduce you to the one called wrath. It's a dark lurking in every person for certain, to be hurting for revenge of the deserving man's head. Bloodshed in the motherfucking passionate rage. I keep my business to myself and all my victims in a cage. I'm reaching for the axe, and I know it's just the wrath. Forgot to take my prescriptions, now I'm conflicted to the max. But you don't know the facts behind these multiple attacks, cause they left me for dead in the back with a couple dozen stabs. Now as it scabs, every wound is a reminder, a tooth in the grinder. In Opponomics, all my enemies blinder. I hear you calling me a liar, so I set another fire. As it burns, we take turns, cursing your ashes in your urn. Lesson learned, and now it's just absurd to turn back. Just think it all started with a sin called wrath. Fat from the gluttony, rich from all the greed, lazy like a sloth, lust took over me. High from all the pride, felt the envy, I killed for the wrath. What happened to me? Fat from the gluttony, rich from all the greed, lazy like a sloth, lust took over me. High from all the pride, felt the envy, I killed for the wrath. What happened to me?
There are 7 deadly sins: gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, pride, lust.
Right, so you
and
just
envy.
heard The 7 Sins by Shadowrow. And someone is actually asking where they can get it from originally.
Everything that I have, every song that I've ever made is up on SoundCloud, Facebook, Reverb Nation. It's all free download. I'm not charging nothing for it.
All right, see, that's even better.
Everything.
Awesome, so it's all free. Do you, now I
And
know
it's all uncensored also.
oh, it's all uncensored too.
Yeah.
Not a lot of artists do that.
Yeah.
That's all actually really awesome. Now, I know when we were in our break, you were saying that you actually have kids. Do you do like the uncensored stuff so that way they don't have to like be like, oh, my daddy does this,
Yeah,
but
they don't ever really hear it. So
They don't?
They don't listen to it too much. They're too young right now to even get into what we're doing. But the other type of music, like the rock music and the metal music we play, I'll let them listen to that. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't really let them listen to what I do here. This is a little bit later.
a little bit more on the dark side,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, okay. So do you think you would let them listen to it like later on, like when they got teenagers and
when
stuff?
they get older. Yeah.
Okay. So as a dad, is it hard? Like, do you ever like go on tour or going to like different concerts and coming back at like, I don't know, how late in the morning or?
Yeah, it happens, but I haven't really done it too much. Like I said, I'm just now getting back into the live performing scene and all of that. So we're to see where it goes from there.
Okay.
But yeah, I try to balance everything out. I do take care of the kids during the day, and then at nighttime, we do what we have to do
All right.
to record.
So that sounds awesome. So I know you actually have a show coming up over at the Agora. You're opening for, was it
Yeah,
ABX or
ABK, Anybody
ABK.
Killer. Yeah, from Psychopathic Records.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
How'd you get like started into opening and shows and everything like that?
You just gotta keep being consistent with what you do, make songs and be out there and support other local artists. That's a huge thing I'm always about, is all local artists. Everybody deserves a chance to be heard. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad. Through anybody, someone's always better than you. So I mean, you just give them a chance, and
Okay.
that's you make those connections and you network, and then people contact you and you set things up, and that's usually how it goes.
Now,
I
do,
mean,
do you ever do like collaborations with anyone?
oh yeah,
You do?
Yeah, we're starting to get more into that. I've done a few with a few people, and then recently we just did one with a franchise. He's going to be in here, actually, Aaron. And then they were Dragonfly was also on that song with us. Those are some guys that I know from Indiana, and they're awesome. They're in the same style that I am, so we're going to be doing a couple more.
Okay, so you guys usually get into like the same style of music, but have you ever branched out into like any other kind of collabs, like maybe classical or even country or anything? I don't know.
Not yet, but
Not yet?
we always talk about it. There's always the possibility. I'd love to do anything, just try anything, and that's what it's all about.
That sounds pretty awesome, actually. So what were you thinking? Like, I know you said that you pretty much take like all songs and you try and collaborate them with music and stuff, and the words always come before the actual inserts of the movie, you said, right?
Yeah, usually. Sometimes like a stuff that's we already have a plan, like the Seven Sins, it's already planned out where we're going to do it this way. But sometimes we'll just make something, and then he'll be like, hey, that Chucky song. Everybody's laughing, we'll throw that in there, and then we'll turn around, oh, Pennywise from this over here. And
hear the lyrics, and it'll be just think of a movie like, that reminds me of that one movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you definitely like horror films, I can see.
Oh, that's a big influence, yeah.
So would you ever take like a Disney movie and just like put like a excerpt from like Frozen or anything like that in there?
It's been thrown around. Oh, yeah.
Has it?
We talked about stuff like that, but we don't want to cross too many lines. It's just, I don't know, we got to find something that'll work first. And
okay.
Yeah. We talked about stuff like that.
All right. Well, your next song you have coming up is called Biter. What is that song? Bitter. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I can't read it, apparently.
It's a more fast-paced like style of rapping type song with a slower type of chorus, and it also has a Marilyn Manson sample in there, which is actually a sample of a sample, Sweet Dreams from the Eurythmics. I actually sampled his version of that song for this song to put it in there.
Right.
I don't even know. I didn't use any movie samples, I don't think, in this one. Just that was the sample. That was because Marilyn Manson influenced a lot of my music and a lot of the way I am from when I started doing this. So I did give
him. Well, how did he influence you? Like the songs, the style?
The style and the originality of what he had going, and how you can make this many people hate you, and at the same time you got this following of people that love you, and who cares? Like in the end, it's just, that's what it is, love and hate, and everybody has to get along, or it doesn't matter what you do.
Okay, well, we're actually going to give this song Bitter a listen. I pronounced the song right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. So we're going to listen to Bitter by, what is your name again?
Shadowrow.
Shadowrow. All right.
Shadowrow. Just leave me alone. Motherfucking nightmare. What a sight there. Middle of the night, coming for the fight in the street light glare. You can never see me, I'm a shadow on the walls, and I'm looking for a body and revenge on all the motherfuckers involved. As I resurrect quick, I'm dead sick with it when I spit. I'ma walk up in the party and I'm dripping in blood. Not giving a as I drip a puddle on the road. Everybody starts tripping. What the fuck is this? Gotta keep it moving along. So I pack another bomb, bitch. I've been dealt the crazy hand, so I let it stand. And I'm all in. Every sin you can list with your pen and pad. Isn't it sad? Everything that you had. And a light flash by, now it's sand in the hourglass. And you're powerless, but I never let it phase me. Get the fuck up, carry on the daily. Talking to myself in the mirror, and I'm crazy. Looking for another fate, gotta save me. This is a nightmare. Nothing is right here. It's dead as a whisper. I wish to forgive her. Lost in the light there. Nothing in sight here. As cold as the winter. Your soul tastes so bitter. So you wanna talk about the way that I'm running? Keep talking, get a hatchet to the back, wanna keep on gunning. Every motherfucker wanna say something, I'm a hack and attack with some verbal destruction. As a matter of fact, think I'm better than that. Keeping every person I contact in the lyrical days, falling in a haze of visible combat. Still able to raise an invisible white flag. Take a couple of days for your primitive brains to comprehend that. Similar pain, smoking killer strange, watching commas passing by like stardust trains. What you know about that? Counting every second down to the afterlife, sitting thinking that I didn't live it for another night. Only give it one chance to make it alright. And I know it never mattered what I chose. All the times that I've thrown what was good down the drain. I suppose when it rains that it goes to the same soil in the grave that I gave every victim without a name. Any game I'ma kill every motherfucker the same. This is a nightmare. Nothing is right here. It's dead as a whisper. I wish to forgive her. Lost in the light there. Nothing in sight here. As cold as the winter. Your soul tastes so bitter. About time that you gave me just a little bit. And it's sitting every crime that I commit on another level when you're spitting all your drama. You be shedding all the tears that my fears are irrelevant. I'ma settle it, yeah, for the hell of it. Telling the truth, but all you do is embellish it. When I knew what I do was selling it, celebrating all the hate that I shake from your cellar like Malevolent. When I walk, keeping all my demons on a leash. When I start leading all the sheep of the herd to the crop, I was cured from the drop. Now I heard all the talk of the town, keeping knives like a hawk, and I'm down in the chart. Wish I never saw what I saw, elevated to the state that only comatose or overdose could make. And I hate every minute that I'm giving. Guess I'm living just a fake life, grabbing for a steak knife, and I wanna play nice. You can only fake that twice, then it's all a game, right? Dying on the same night, got a little stage right. Keep it under wraps and collapse for the pain, right? This is a nightmare. Nothing pain is right here, it's dead as a whisper. I wish to forgive her, lost in the light there, nothing in sight here, as cold as the winter, your soul tastes so bitter.
All right, so that was Bitter by Shadowrow. Awesome. I actually really like that song a lot, and I noticed you were kind of like mumbling along to the song yourself. Is that just like normal for you?
Yeah, it's just because you listen to them so much when you're editing and when you're playing and practicing them, whatever. I mean, you listen to the songs over and over and over. It just becomes just natural.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about your style, because I know some people are just like, oh yeah, it takes me about like a week or so to write a song. How long does it usually take for you? And do you like go down to your like disco basement or anything like that?
I got a nice setup in the basement where I record and write everything. And
Okay.
But sometimes I'll have a song done in a day, and sometimes it'll take a week. It depends. It's just
Okay.
how much time you have to work on it. For one, that's always hard, and then two is you always go back and mess. I'm always going back and constantly tweaking this and messing with this, because I'm never satisfied with what I make. I still don't like any of them. I like every one of them. I love them all, but I still every time I hear something, I always hear that one
you
little
could figure
thing
something out that could be better.
Yeah,
and
that
stuff.
nobody else can hear, but I can. They always, what are you talking about?
You perfectionist, you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's just how it is.
Now, I actually noticed that while we were in our break, you said that you wanted to do that one song live. Now, why didn't you?
It's just a lot of words. There's a lot of words in that song, and it's long. It's not long, but it's longer. I try to get as many songs as I can into a set, because you only get so much time to perform. So,
Okay.
And then another reason is I haven't done it in so long. I'm gonna run out of breath on stage. I'm afraid I'm gonna pass out. I quit smoking, so I'm trying to
Well, good for
get that
you.
back to where I can be able to do those sets without feeling I'm going to pass out on stage. Because I'm older now. When I started doing this when I was 18, it was a lot easier. Now it's 11 years later, so it's
Okay. Well, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
At least you're not like 79 with a walker or anything like that on stage with like an oxygen tank on your
I'll
side
probably
and
still be
everything.
doing this. I'll probably still be doing it.
Well, do you think you might ever retire from that or anything? Or do you think you're going to be doing this
No.
into your grave?
As long as I can do it, I'll do it. It's fun. It's-
Okay. And like you said, it's more of a hobby for you. So.
Yeah, it's more fun. It's like we go out and have a good time. That's what it's all about. We're not. You could take it serious if someone offers you money. It's not. To me, it's not about the money now. It's not about the fame. We get people like Dan here. We get people that want to express what they want to hear, what people want to hear, and we work on it together, and that's what we make, and that's what we try to do. And
Okay.
it's
That's interesting.
involve
actually.
everybody. That's what I said. The local music scene. There's so many good artists out there. You just go on
Yeah.
and look through it. There's so many of them, and there's so many to list. Like.
Bit too many. In fact,
Yeah.
we're actually going to have a band week coming up in like a few more weeks. I know you were actually part of our band week a few semesters ago or something
Yeah,
like that. So
yeah.
would you be interested in coming back possibly? or-
I'm not really in a band right now. I'm just doing
Well-
this.
well,
but
we're doing like a
yeah, I'll
band
come back.
slash artist.
Oh yeah, I'd
Okay.
definitely come back.
Yeah, because
But I got a couple bands that would be more than happy to come in here.
Well,
and
we
do
would
this.
love to have
Yeah.
them, since we're going to have a band slash artist week, I should say, in fall and spring semester. We're going to try and get one each semester going. If we can get one in summer, that'd be even more awesome.
That's what I told Jeremiah. That's awesome that you guys do that. It gives all these guys a good chance to come. I keep telling them all, take advantage of it. Get in there.
Yeah.
Let people hear what you have that they need to hear. A lot of them deserve it too. A lot of them are just they're in the cracks of. People know of them, but people don't know of them. People should know of them, and that's what's
Exactly,
crazy.
and that's
That-
kind of how I feel about you, because before, like a few days ago, I'd never even heard of you. I didn't really care for rap music too much, because I'd always thought, oh, well, every single rapper just has cuss words every other 5 words
Yeah.
or so. And then I listened to your music a few days ago, and I'm like, huh, this guy's really getting his views across. He's also like incorporating some horror stuff into
Yeah.
it and some like, real life things as well. And I really like your style too.
I have songs also where I don't swear at all. Like I've actually made that a challenge to write those types of songs where I don't say anything that's offensive or bad. Like I got that CD. That was from last time. I got a couple. And then I got a few that are on there. I think there's one.
Awesome. Which song do you
But-
think would be the best one
Oh, I
that
don't
has
know what order
none?
that's on there. None.
That has no cuss words
Oh,
at
I don't know
all.
any on this CD. I don't
Not
think.
on that CD?
No,
Well,
we've
that's
got
not
the
a big
other
deal.
one. That's on the other one. Yeah, there's not really many on here, but this is all edited.
This is all edited. Okay. Now this is actually your CD, Parasite. And how did you even come up with the cover album for this?
Oh, it's just random pictures from the internet. We put them together and filter them and throw our own style on there and get the idea of what we're going for there.
It kind of looks like the little monster from Alien.
Yeah,
just like
I've heard that.
Going through the skull through instead of the chest instead.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I do everything. I take all the pictures, all the ideas, and I put it all on my computer, and then I just sit there and edit.
Okay, so you're like the entire crew.
Yeah, I do everything.
Because I realized on your Facebook it's by Shadowrow. Shadowrow, not Robe. Dear goodness, I cannot talk.
But I couldn't do it without guys like Dan
everything.
here, like how he's videotaping. I couldn't do it without these guys that are there with me that throw out those ideas. Because I'd be stuck on a lot of songs. They wouldn't even get done because I don't have him there to say.
Sometimes you need the guy to push the button,
Yeah,
the record button.
exactly. Push that button while I do this, or make that noise in the recording booth so I can get it on there. Smash that bottle. Do this. Like, you gotta do something. Like, and we need those people. That's why we need people like that. Like when I go on stage, it's not gonna be just me out there. I'm gonna have other people doing stuff and handing stuff out and getting interactive with people. That's what they want to see. A show. You don't go to a show just to stand around. You know, it's.
Oh, what's the craziest thing that's happened on like one of your shows? Because I heard in the last interview you said you kept kicking someone in the head or something. Like
that was a brilliant night. I don't. They were talking about that one. I don't know about that one. But yeah, I didn't really have too much crazy stuff happen. It was just back when we were young, just being kids. That's when it would get crazy. But like I said, I haven't really done any shows recently, so we'll see what happens.
But you do have this show coming up that you're opening for ABK, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep trying to figure out if I'm saying ABK right or is it ABC? I'm not too sure. But no, you said that you started doing this when you were about like 18 or so?
Yeah, we started probably when we were like 15 or 16 doing with the cassettes.
Okay.
We didn't really start actually recording and making, songs actually people listen to until we were like 18 with this guy here. We'd go over his house and use his computer, and we were doing it like through a computer like this with the big tube monitor and the little microphone, and still doing it almost one time through, and then we'd edit it on some crappy software, but we got it to work. And then
how long did that even take? I'm curious now.
There's days we'd be there hours and hours at a time.
Back in the day, we had to hear this song being made like 30 times.
30 times in a row.
Calling up to mom for more pizza rolls and Gatorade.
Yeah, but then the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the easier it becomes. Not easier, but more. You get just better at it. So when you go in the next time, you can do it in one take, and it doesn't take 60 takes. It's all experience. And
were people really supportive of like your music when you first started getting into concerts and stuff?
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
when we were still in school doing it. Yeah, it was good times. I'm trying to get it back up to that. I'm trying to get it to that level where we got that fan base that come out to every show and show that support, and not even just to my shows, just to the other people that we have involved, just the other artists. Like we've always been talking to just not even a record label, but a community of just starting a small.
That would be cool. Have you ever thought about maybe expanding it so that way it's actually becoming into like a company type thing?
That's what I would like to do. We always talk about that. Like we got to make this an empire of some sort.
That would be really cool, honestly.
Yeah, and it's not even, like I said, it's not even about the money. It's just about everybody having that good time and hearing those good songs, and that's what we love.
It's a little bit about the money to get like the gas to travel to all these concerts and stuff.
Yeah, for now. I mean, it'll get to that point, but we got to start it off right.
Okay, so did you ever think about becoming anything else, like actually not becoming an artist, but just going into the whole music company to like become a record producer or something like that? Maybe?
Yeah, I do enjoy producing other people's songs. I do it for other people now and then. I've got a couple artists that I've helped out and helped them record songs that they have because they can't do it, so or whatever.
That's because you just have a love of music.
Yeah, that too. I love to hear. And it's good practice too for yourself, because then you learn things from. They teach you things that you didn't know also, and what things they do with their voice or things that they edit in certain ways, and it's good.
Okay,
it's good to do that.
Do you think your passion for the music has kind of like grown even more since you started doing all this?
Oh yeah.
As you've grown older and like been involved with other artists and during different shows and different people even to like communicate with others too. Do you think your passion has grown more, or do you think it's kind of like around the same level?
Oh, it just gets more every day. Just every day.
Yeah. Okay, we're actually going to listen to your next song called Crazy Psycho.
Yeah, it's the Chucky one.
This is the Chucky one. Oh my
one.
goodness, I should have started with that one. Jeez.
There's not too much of them in there though.
Okay, well, it's enough to that. It's keeping me enjoyed.
People know it. It's just people know the line.
Okay, so we're actually going to go and play Crazy Psycho by Shadowrow. Again, you are listening to Lake Effect, and here we go.
Give me the
prize of the prize. Every victor's demise and the highs of the rise of a new beginning on the horizon. I can feel my heart beating right about my chest. While the screens locked inside, I can never catch a breath, but I've done my fucking best. I'm floating just a lost soul, never to behold what you call in the crossroads. I've been believing all the feelings I'm concealing to be deceiving. What the fuck are the reasons that you dealing so cheap? They keep me reeling in my own fantasy, but the harder you try, you'll never get the best of me until I die, cause I'm a motherfucking ghost. I'm a ghost to the afterlife. I'm the parasite and you're the host tonight. But it's alright, I won't drain you for what you got. Get the fuck up and move straight on to the next spot. Crazy psycho, call me what you want. When it comes to the pain, show me what you got. I'm insane in the brain and I roll up on the spot. Hatchet in hand, and I'm the last one standing out. Hate me, I know, tell me I should rock. Call me all the names, what you motherfuckers got. Nothing stay the same, but I'm still up on the top. Taking a stand till the last body drop. Forever I sever every dream you ever had. I never knew better, I let her stab me in the back. Twist the knife around before you're pulling it out. Letting every drop of blood fall upon the ground now. They tell me monsters just don't exist. Then how the f do you explain all of this? Sealed doors and lips, keep my name above your list. I'm the razor in your hand and I'm coming for your wrist. Going for the vein, but I miss. Verbal destruction of every function is something I take pride in construction. Staying high, not trusting the mind. I believe to be mine, I'm feeling fine, but instructed over time to be the realest kill you ever find. I've been off the radar for a minute, serial killing every chance that I'm getting. I'm never finished, I'm diminished in the shadows. For everyday existence, I visit this earth, cutting throats like it's business. Crazy psycho, call me what you want. When it comes to the pain, show me what you got. I'm insane in the brain and I roll up on the spot. Hatchet in hand, and I'm the last one standing out. Hate me, I know, tell me I should rock. Call me all the names, what you motherfuckers got. Nothing stay the same, but I'm still up on the top. Taking a stand till the last body drop. My demonic possession is still in the question. Is he alive? I keep them all guessing with darker progression into the night. Never be rested with all of your blessings invested in synthetic, pathetic, pharmaceutical heaven of lies. This is the rapture, the end of days when the skies go red. You're dead, no way to stay, but I found an escape. I jump from body to body, no way to stop me. I'm the voice in your head, and now you got me. Subliminal visions and superstitions leading to this mission of the mind is the mission. I envision in time. I see the reasons to believe in a leader that's so deceiving. Keeps the people eating us under the poverty line. Only a matter of time before the planets align. And then I crawled up off the darkness to reclaim what's mine. Better keep your crucifix and wooden tips to the ready bitch, cause I know when it comes it ain't gonna give a fuck about your soul anyway. Crazy psycho, call me what you want. When it comes to the pain, show me what you got. I'm insane in the brain and I roll up on the spot. Hatchet in hand, and I'm the last one standing out. Hate me, I know, tell me I should rock. Call me all the names, what you motherfuckers got. Nothing stay the same, but I'm still up on the top. Taking a stand till the last body drop.
If you are just tuning in, we are Lake Effect Radio. We are here today with Shadowrow. I'm your host, Lady Ayla. And if you've been looking in on our podcast, livecast, I'm not too sure what it's called, we are actually looking at all of Shadowrow's tattoos and like how badly they've hurt, what do they mean and stuff. And we're trying to talk our friend Dan, is it? Yeah. Dan, we're trying to talk him into getting a tattoo as well. So.
He's well overdue for one. He's like, I don't know what I want.
He wants a little bumblebee.
I don't have the money for
No,
it.
yeah, there you go.
No, tattoos are expensive. So, no, you just listened to Crazy Psycho, and that one had the Chucky insert you said? No,
Child's Play.
Awesome. So while we were on our break, you actually said that one's one of your favorite ones.
Yeah, that's just the flow of it and the way it goes and the whole Chucky thing. It's the first clip of him in the movie from the first movie, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
So are you a big Chucky fan?
Yeah, I love those movies. Those were a big one.
All of them, even like the later ones, like the first Chucky and.
I mean, up till 3, I was pretty good. Even the one after that one wasn't bad, and then it went after that. I was just down. So, but yeah, that and Nightmare on Elm Street were the top ones.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I got Mike probably watching. No, Jason. No.
Now, do you have a song featuring Nightmare on Elm Street, or is that?
There's not really. Yeah, the Shade Tree. That's
Shade Tree.
That's the Okay. That's the one you helped the most with. Yeah, just from what was that? The third one? Is that one? Yeah. The third movie. Yeah. That was the good one.
Okay. See, I've only seen one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets, and that was the first one. I didn't really think it was that great. And the only reason I even watched it is because I was a huge Johnny Depp fan in like middle school and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, big.
He's a good actor. I like a lot of his work. He's very talented.
Okay. Okay.
I love a lot of his work too.
Before you would have got sucked into the bed.
Oh my goodness. No, have you ever had like any bad nightmares or anything? Like, I remember in your last interview when you came here, you said that you dream in wavelengths.
Oh yeah.
Now,
From editing, being in the studio, editing on these computers, the wavelengths, you just eventually you can like close your eyes and see them. It's like when you used to play video games all the time. You close your eyes and you see the screen, and that's how it is. Like you edit and spend so much time in there recording and editing that you fall asleep. And I have dreams of it where I'm actually sitting there doing it. Like, what am I doing? Wake up, I thought I was in the basement. Yeah.
now, has it ever happened where you like dream that you had like the entire song entirely done? You go down to the basement, you just like listen to it to make sure it's all good, no more things, and then you're like, "What the heck just happened? I just did all this."
No, I've gone down
You
there.
made a song in your sleep.
Yeah.
Never happened.
I've had that a couple times where we were performing. It's more of performance, like, and it's not even with the rap. It's with the rock bands. Like I'll have dreams where we'll be all set up and ready, and no one ever shows up, and I'm just standing up there, or it'll be great. We'll actually be playing, and it's a good time. And it's just weird. I have a lot of weird performance type dreams.
Well, where was your favorite place to perform?
Oh, definitely Peabody's.
Peabody's?
Yeah, that place was fun. That was good. Yeah,
is there
it's
any place
going
else,
down.
or is it just?
Well, it's gonna be the Agora now.
The
That
Agora?
Was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that's pretty much left. That's gonna get
have
people
you,
in there.
Because I'm not really sure about this. Have you like branched out of Ohio, or have you
No,
gone out
not
of
yet.
states?
I
or-
want to.
You want to?
I got a couple places that I know I could go that we could stay and do some shows. But
Okay.
it's all about the money, the time. Then you got to play the kids. There's a lot of other things you have to do before I can even do this. So.
Well, do you think like ever if the kids get like a spring vacation or summer vacation, you might just like take them on tour with you?
Oh,
or
it'd be
anything?
great if they were old enough and I had the money and time. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time. I'm just hoping at one time they want to get involved. I want them to pick up the instruments and actually play, and they want to. I mean, I have videos on a couple on my thing of my daughter singing, of me recording her and her singing, and she's getting into it, and I know my son will eventually. It's just in our blood. We love it. So.
Now, is he the 3-year-old or the 8-year-old?
Yeah, he's
the
3.
3-year-old.
Yeah.
That would be true awesome if you could get him
he's
like
now
giggling
obsessed
in the
with
background. Or
skeletons.
something.
That's his thing now, is skeletons. Oh man.
You know,
He
it's
just-
interesting because my cousin is like 4 or so, and he just got involved in like The Walking Dead and mummies.
There
And
you go, mummies and
sarcophagus
skeletons.
and-
He is skeletons this, skeletons that. I want to be a skeleton. He has this suit. He wears a skeleton. He's got little ones that he carries around. He's awesome. Watches them on the tablet all the time, singing. He loves it.
Now, do you take him into like any of the Halloween stores and be like, "Oh, you know what?"
he's completely terrified. I don't understand. We can't figure it out. Like, we don't understand. Every Halloween store we bring him into, he is freaking out. He freaks out. We go home and he sits there and watch Skeletons and Night of the Living Dead. Like, he watches these movies. He watches, like, what was it? Nightmare Before Christmas. He loves that movie. I mean, it's just all monsters and skeletons all day. Scooby-Doo. He loves that show. We go to a Halloween store and nope, screaming, crying. I don't understand.
That's terrible. Well,
He'll get over it though.
well, we're actually going to have a haunted hayrides where Lake Effect Radio is actually going to help volunteer with the haunted hayrides with
wow.
Metro Park System. Do you think he would be okay with
Oh
that
yeah,
one? Maybe.
yeah. By then, yeah, he'd probably love that.
Yeah, we should get you guys to come
Oh
and
yeah,
join and
we'll have to
narrate
figure
with
that
us
out. I'll
and
definitely look
everything.
into that.
So, you actually had a song called Zombie Walk.
Oh yeah, that was the old one. That was one of the first ones we recorded.
Did
And
he
this-
ever like influence that by any
There's
chance,
that one
or-
doesn't really have. That's one of the ones that doesn't have any swear words and stuff. And he would walk around the house when I was making it, zombie walk, and he would do it, and it was funny. And then he'd probably remember it. I bet you I played it now, he'd still remember it. Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
he knew it.
Did like any of your other songs get influenced by their monster obsession or anything like that?
A lot of that was one of the only ones. The I'm Eternal. That's on this CD that I brought. That's a little more of a vampire.
It's a
From
vampire.
a vampire
one.
type of.
You didn't write it
and
for
Ghost.
Twilight or anything
No,
like that,
no,
did
none
you?
of that.
Thank God.
A lot of the. Believe it or not, I like the show True Blood. So I mean, I liked all of them.
Okay.
So I mean, that was a good influence. But yeah, the vampire, just alone, the whole concept of the vampire, not a specific like True Blood or Vampire Twilight. It's just the concept. There's a lot of concepts in that song.
Mm-hmm.
Just the I'm Eternal thing alone, blood everywhere. That's
Okay.
that's how they live.
Now I'm a little bit more curious about this song.
And he's in this song for a second. He's actually in there. He does a couple sound effects. So
Interesting.
we did a lot of work on this one.
So I think we should definitely
Oh, yeah,
take
you
a
can
listen
put
to
that
the
one
song
on.
right now. Oh my gosh. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6. I think I'm counting this wrong, right? I just want to make sure so that way I'm not playing something else. It's number 6, correct?
Yes.
Number 6, okay. Oh my goodness. If we could get the CD player to even work, that would be amazing. But if not, okay, I got it. It's number 6. It's going to be number 6. It's going to be called I'm Eternal. And you said this one's based off of vampires and ghosts. Okay.
Like a vampire thing too.
Well, let's take a listen to it.
I keep it toxic, no way for you to stop it. Told me to drop it, so now you're in the coffin. Pay no mind to the angel down, I'll take your life with the blade of my knife. Forgiveness not sufficient when I'm living this vision tonight. This is much more sinister, a deadly kind of visitor with power to entrance and inhibitor to finish ya, leaving no trace. We face to face a cold case, past life, memory surface, but it's just for a taste. Keeping the demons at bay, the words that I say, it's raining today. With clouds so dark and gray, an apocalyptic way to spade is sure to display every hatred that I ever felt. Living this hell, no one can tell cause the show is happy as hell. But it's a cover to smother another demon trying to escape. I levitate, exaggerate, every motherfucker contemplate the ways that I play. So get the back, I'm on the warpath, coming for your face and that's a fact. Look at all the blood everywhere, this shit is crazy. Not a care in the world, took that fall for all that she gave me, Now I'm eternal. Look at all the blood everywhere, this shit is crazy. Not a care in the world, took that fall for all that she gave me, Now I'm eternal. Truth or dare you never swear it. Consequences inherited from past spirit hesitations, infatuations. Part of the pack, check the facts. Bloody Mary 50 times and she shared her attack. As she shrouded in black, so the cynical, hypocritical, double standards. Can't stand automated drones and bystanders. Living alone, and you know that I'm gone. On the primitive manners, in the zone, and I'm a phantasm. Fantasy tearing through all the seams of the dreams that you encounter. Better stay high because you know I'm getting louder. About to devour all the haters of the world. Pathetic, synthetic, and you know I stay eternal. This girl got me staring down the corridor reflection. My only objection is the spirit's rejection. Keep me clouded in neglect and watch me collect every last breath. No regrets, I put the knife to the neck. Look at all the blood everywhere, this shit is crazy. Not a care in the world, took that fall for all that she gave me, Now I'm eternal. Look at all the blood everywhere, this shit is crazy. Not a care in the world, took that fall for all that she gave me, Now I'm eternal. Separate the skin from bone. No second guessing, left alone and now I'm stone. Going with the flow. All the stars in the universe could never behold the power that I hold. I'm so cold, you can feel it in your throat. So never deceive the hand that bleeds, but it feeds your addiction on its knees. A disease that I don't believe in. Running your mouth, and this is what I'm about. Reaching for a compliment, but I'm out. Severed in doubt, yeah, the secret is out. Crawling out the ground, surface living never to be found. But I'm giving no room. I resort to invading the womb. Anything to survive in a world so cruel. I should be the last thing on my list. Clenched fist, wrist slit. Got my taste bud interest. Restrain myself, no help is adrift. Wishing that this curse will be lifted. Eternally I'm gifted. Look at all the blood everywhere. This shit is crazy. Not a care in the world. Took that fall for all that she gave me, Now I'm eternal. Look at all the blood everywhere. This shit is crazy. Not a care in the world. Took that fall for all that she gave me, Now I'm eternal.
And you are back on Lake Effect Radio with your DJ Lady Ayla, as well as our guest Shadowrow. Awesome. That song was I'm Eternal. Yeah. And you said earlier that you have like him smashing bottles in the background and everything like that.
Yeah. And he was the breath. He's like, and then just like, yeah, in the background, yeah.
Now, how many times do you have like your friends just come into the studio and just like record whatever?
Well, a lot of times when I'm recording, they're already there, so they're already sitting around and they got to deal with me playing the same thing over and over and over and over. And that's what gets them. They get like, oh, this would sound good, or this part's off, you got to change that. And it's good to have them there to do that. And then when I need someone like that, where I need that where I have to push a button and you do it. It's good to have them there, and that's awesome. Just the input and everything and the support is it's awesome.
Now, how many instruments do you actually play in these songs? I'm curious now.
And this one, not many.
Not many.
But that's something I'm working on here. I do have the whole setup ready to go, but we're talking about doing just a whole metal type of song.
Oh, that'd be awesome. So do you play like the drums or the I don't know, saxophone or anything?
Yeah, we were talking about that. That's what we're going to do. He's actually going to start learning because he's not bad. He came out of nowhere for being never playing drums before. He came up and stepped up for this other band we were playing in and just started playing drums for us. And for never playing before, he knows how to keep a beat. And it's amazing. So I'm like, all right, we're going to incorporate these live drums into my music now. But not probably for this show coming up. We're not near ready for that. So we got time
Maybe
to work on it.
But
We got to get enough material, enough stuff down before we even get into that. But I think he could step up and do it if he wanted to, and that's the thing. I leave it open for everyone. If you guys want to get involved, come on down, make a mask, put it on, get on stage, do something. Like, let's make it a show. People don't come there to pay the money to stand there and watch you just stand there and say, I mean, we're going to be doing stuff, and that's I always thought that way.
That's pretty awesome. So do you guys just like have random people just come up on stage and put on face
we
paint or
could.
and just like paint?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they want, if you want, go ahead. You can come to the show and do it if you want. Anyone, he's gonna do it. I got a couple people, and they know the words, and they have microphones. Some of them will have microphones saying stuff and getting the crowd going, and that's what we try to do. Just have a good time and put on that weird show. It's just like putting a weird metal show with a rap show all together, and it's just. Because I know when I used to go to concerts, I loved watching that, like the old ICP concerts and the Marilyn Manson shows where they actually have stage props and sets and things going on where it's not just some guy standing there rapping the songs that you heard on the radio and don't sound the same because he doesn't have his auto-tune. And
See, I actually have a confession to make. I have never been to a concert, so I'm just like, what are you talking about right now with auto?
Man.
What?
Yeah. I don't use many effects on my voice. I use my voice, and then I drop it a little to get that darker effect of what you got to for the style of music. But
yeah,
I don't believe in that. Just that whole T-Pain sound and that let's change this and harmonize all these sounds. I just go in raw, straight my voice, put a little bit on there, and that's it. Like I don't even go over it like a lot of people do. I just let it go as it is. And
so last time you came on the show, you said Jeremiah actually gave you an idea for a song called "The Weird People" or something.
Yeah, that's
like that.
I was gonna tell him that. That's what I kind of went with the Seven Sins one. That was the way we were gonna go with that because there's so much time to write stuff. But that one there's a lot of lines in there that I know he probably loved. And
okay,
yeah.
Well, he's not here right now. He's downstairs fixing all kinds of technological stuff that I don't understand.
He does a lot of that around here.
He really does. He's our station manager,
He's good.
so
he's a good
really
guy.
Good. So pretty much like the Seven Sins song I know you created after you watched the movie Seven Sins. Same thing with I'm trying to think of one of the other songs you said that you did that with, but I'm curious as to what the Shade Tree is because that's the song coming up next.
It's just there's not really a chorus to that song. It's just a bunch of weird like interludes in between the verses, and then there's the Freddy Krueger clips in the beginning and the end, but it's just like a weird take on some of it's on like a suicide because I know a lot of people that have done that, and people felt that way before in the depression thing, and then a lot of it goes back to just getting back up and not caring and doing it your own way, and that's pretty much what it's all about.
Now, was there ever a time in your music career when you were just like, hey, you know what, this song is really relating to my life right now, and this
a lot of them in one way or another. Every one of them somehow. There's always something, a line here, a line there, and sometimes it has to rhyme with something, but then sometimes I actually accentuate where you know what I'm talking about. And this is kind of one of them. Shade Tree's one of them, kind of, and a lot of people like this one.
A lot of people
I've grown to I didn't like it at first when I first made it, and then I've grown to like it a lot more. And
okay, I'm curious. How did you not like it when you first wrote it?
So, it's so weird. Like sometimes I'll write stuff and record it. I'm like, oh, it sounds horrible, and then I'll listen to it 5 more times. Like, man, that is awesome. And it's just, it's a weird process. It's a lot of musicians I know go through that. A lot of them.
Interesting. Okay, so we're going to take a listen to the Shade Tree now by Shade.
And that also
Shadowrow.
goes back. Shade Tree is something that we used to sit by as friends. A lot of us. So it was like 5 or 6 of us that all used to. Well, mainly 3 or 4 of us that we called it the shade tree. That's where we would
Okay.
sit. So a lot of them will get it. I did that for a reason, so some of them would
All right.
notice the title.
Before we even play a song, I have one more question. Now, were there any stories that ever happened around the shade tree? Like,
Oh, nothing I can talk about on here.
Nothing like.
We did some bad stuff and some good stuff, and it's just kids. Just kids. That's what we did.
All right.
But-
Sorry, kid. I don't believe in fairy tales.
I remember when we used to go to the shade tree. We were kids. Just sit. What the happened? Look at us now. This is the last note you'll ever fucking read from me. By now I'm hanging by my throat from the shade tree. You couldn't believe me when I told you all the demons wouldn't release me from the evil deeds keeping me weak, but not asleep. I'm feeling like a train wreck from all the stress and all the people trying to guess what I'ma do next. But I can only dissect all the next with respect for a certain kind of death left to forget, a different regret. And now I'm drowning in it, looking around, I'm found floating face down, trying to figure out the how it ever came to this shit. I'm about to bug out, and all that I can think is which blade to slit my fucking wrist with. Cursed with the sickness, thank God you're just a witness. I live this hate every day in the pain I've inflicted, and now I'm getting lifted. Rope cut, I'm let down for the last time. I'm alright, I'm resurrected tonight now. And there was a time when I really gave up about all the shit that mattered. That's changed. And so I leave you hanging on. Every word that I drip from this blood-filled pen. No revenge for the dead when given nothing but regret. And my head forever fed with the lies. Another body covered in flies. I terrorize your fucking lives. In the blink of an eye, I fade into the darkness. I'm fucking heartless, I'm ready to start this. Another starving artist with intent to kill his target. Spilling blood up on the carpets, leaving you to deal with all this. But when you sleep still, I creep in your dreams. Come so quick that it seems so real. You can feel the steel on your skin when you wake the fuck up. Blood dripping down your face, and you start to succumb to all the numbness. Real killers love this, so this smoke filling up my lungs. Shit, I run this, nothing you can front with, keeping me deceased. The beef is underneath, get with the shadow as I unleash. And you of all people should know exactly what the I'm talking about. And if you're sitting there asking yourself, is he talking about me? Yeah, never derail as I impale your mount, bitch. I'm climbing up this mountain, blood flowing like a fountain. Forever counting all the boats that I cast out. Then I'ma baptize your children in blood and all the smoke from my blood. I'm giving less than I'm stuck in a vicious cycle. I'm a disciple, burning the Bible, holding me liable for all that Satan did. Another false idol. Got you feeling suicidal, but you grab for the blade and you're not so fucking brave. It's insane to think that you could take my title today, but I guess that every dog has its day and it's the same in every place that I ever been. No more playing pretend. This is the end. I'm pulling the trigger to help you figure out the slimmest doubt you ever fucking had about me. And I believe in the streets underground. I stay beneath, casting shadows on the beat as you retreat and suffer defeat. You best believe that I'm a creep in your sleep.
In the name of Lorik, Prince of Elves, demon be gone!
Certainly. Look at that. What you think?
All right, so we're back on.
Freddy Krueger bringing us in.
Now, so I don't know. Are there any new horror movies that you think that you might take some excerpts from? Like,
Oh wow, there's a couple we saw a couple from maybe the Evil Dead remake, because that one I like that remake of that movie. It was pretty good.
okay.
And that was another one. Like Cabin in the Woods was another one I was talking about. There's a couple like recent ones that I would think that might go onto that status of being pretty like the Freddy's were.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of what Rob Zombie does. It will, like House of Thousand Corpses, Devil's that stuff's gonna go. It's gonna go down. So.
Okay.
And I've got a Devil's Rejects one on there. I've already got, but.
Oh, it should be
Yeah.
interesting. So, do you have any new projects in the works or anything like that? Or
I'm just gonna get the rest of this CD finished. Hopefully by Halloween it's gonna be out. I got the show coming up, and then we're gonna start a new one.
which
And
again
that's-
is going to be at the Agora. You're going to open for ABK.
Yeah.
Haha, I said it right.
October
this time.
5th.
October 5th.
Whatever-
Now, can
what's it
people
start?
get
6:00?
Okay,
Yeah.
so can people still get tickets for
Yeah,
that,
I got
or-
tons of tickets. They can find me on Facebook. I'll bring them to you. We'll get them to you. If not, you can get them at the door. We'll figure it out.
Awesome, because
Yeah,
I would
there's-
love to go to this. Shoot.
Yeah.
Now, I'm so curious. You said that your son was into skeletons, and during the break we talked about your daughter being into the Monster High
Oh
type
yeah,
thing.
Monster High and.
So, are you... do you just sit there and play Monster High with them?
Oh yeah, we
and
play all kinds of stuff. Everyone takes turns. Like we have the Skeletons and the Monster High guys playing, and then we'll have this over here, and they're watching Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, they're just like I am.
Okay, so have you guys ever gone to? Because I'm curious about, like, have you ever been to any of their parent-teacher meetings and just been like, oh, yeah, I'm a rapper. Would you like to listen to any of my stuff? Play it in your classroom?
No, not yet, no.
Not yet, okay.
I have picked her up from school a couple of times, and they look at me, but hey, that's what it is.
It's your life. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed about.
No, I'm not. I don't care about anyone. I don't care what anyone says or thinks about anything I do. And as soon as people get to that level, it's just you have a good time doing what you like to do, and you can say what you want about it, but you could say what you want, but I know there's 10 people over here that say completely different, so that's just how I live.
And honestly, I give you a lot of credit for just taking on this whole music career, because honestly, I can't rhyme. To save my life, I think I rhymed once, and it was about hey, I think we should go to the show, and that was about it. And that was for a movie, not even a concert, like I said. But do you have any goals for your music? You're trying to get an album out a year or every 3 years or anything?
I try to just make as much as I can when I can, and when it comes out, it comes out. I mean, a lot of my schedule relies on taking care of the kids in the house, and when I can do it, I can, and I try to make as much time for it as I can, but there's never really a set anything. It's just when I get it done, it comes out, and these guys are there, and like I said, we're been talking about making a music video forever. That's why he's filming now. We're going to add stuff from this in there. I mean, just everything. And
do you have a song in the works where you think you might actually make the music?
There's a couple on there.
A couple?
I'm not sure which ones yet we've been talking about. But
so are you thinking in your basement, or are you guys going to actually go on?
Oh, there's going to be locations.
Locations?
I got a couple graveyards and stuff that fit the songs, and people that are going to dress up and just have a good time. So I said, anyone, come on down. We'll dress you up like a zombie, and we'll paint you up, whatever you get in there.
That sounds like super fun. You should definitely tell us when that's going to happen. Shoot. I think that would be awesome. Do you think that maybe you guys could tell us when that's going to happen, so that we can get a big group or something?
That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I want to do. Is just a mass horde of them, because I know a lot of people watch that Walking Dead show. I never really got into it. I know I'm gonna get a lot of stuff from there, but I never really watched it. You guys, we could debate this for the next 2 hours, and I have. When you sat down in the basement and done this, but I know I'm gonna catch a lot from. I never got it. Yeah, who's cutting the grass? There, I'm done. Argument over. But yeah, I know I never watched that, but I've seen enough of it to know. I mean, we know how zombies work. It's just.
Well, it depends on which kind of zombie you're talking about, because there's the thriller zombie, then there's the zombies that are just
I want to mix them all
really
together.
Slow.
I want to make the Walking Dead and Thriller together in this video. That's both of them. We got a guy dancing over here, and this one's eating this guy. Just all of it. Just put it all in there. Why not?
That would be totally cool if you could get some party store or something like that, just to be oh, okay, yeah, sure, make us a song or something, and we'll just give you as much stuff as you need, as much fake blood or costumes or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to do a song for somebody, business or something.
So it wouldn't be for money; it would just be for props. That's all it is.
Oh, I'd do it for that for sure.
And you could definitely use the props again and again. And hey, maybe there'd be a skeleton or something.
We always sit there. How hard would it be to build a coffin? It's the stuff we're doing. We're sitting down. How many garbage bags we need to make a fake dead body? We need to make this stuff because it's Halloween all day. That's what we do. That's what the music is. It's Halloween all the time for us. And this time of year is the best. So.
And especially with the season changing, and I think pumpkin season just started like last week or something like that. Yeah. So you can really get like some ideas going on there. And you're just like so excited.
I love cutting pumpkins and the kids. It's fun, and they're like, she's been big enough to go trick or treat. Last year he went a little bit, so now this year is gonna be fun. I can't wait to see him. And
that's if people even do trick or treating.
It was bad last year. It was bad. It was cold and rain. I hope it's not like that this year.
I remember me and my friends were actually sitting over at this one house, and we were like waiting for trick or treaters to come up, but it was like so cold and rainy and everything, so we were kind of just like eating the Halloween candy ourselves as we were watching
nobody was coming.
Yeah, we were actually watching Jackass, and then you know how they do like all these stunts and stuff, so we had trick-or-treaters come up, and we didn't even know that they were there. They're just standing there at the door looking at naked body parts, and we're like, oh my goodness, it was terrible.
Yeah, we usually set up the fog machine and the strobe lights and
So
all
Halloween's a
kinds
big
of stuff.
thing
Oh
for
yeah, I
you.
dress up like the gorilla. I got a big gorilla costume. They dress up as monsters and stuff, and all the kids come up. We had a big graveyard we set up in the front yard, and it's a fun time, and
Okay.
it's always fun there.
All right.
Soundtrack.
Yeah, I got the sound effects, the generic old school 1980s, 90s horror CD. You probably heard it a million times. The screaming, ah! Those are the best.
We actually got, I don't know if
You
you
got
were
some
here
for
or
a
not.
dollar yesterday at the dollar store.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here last year when we actually got it hooked up, where we actually got our soundboard hooked up and everything.
Oh, yeah, they
where
were
we can
messing
do
with-
our
yeah.
sounds and everything.
We were
I haven't
talking
been
about it.
taught it yet, but we
No,
actually
yeah.
have like the screaming. We have a buzzer for if you're wrong. We have the Jeopardy theme music
Oh,
and
man.
everything. It's like if you type like certain buttons, it's like, oh, there it is. In fact, hold on, let me see if I can do this or not.
That's something we would do, sabotage the soundboard.
Then again, maybe.
The Star Wars. Oh, Superman, I can't hear it. Oh, it's coming that way.
Yeah.
Super.
Okay. And there you go. There's your
Yep.
next music song title, whatever.
Kryptonite there.
Awesome. So no, you do. I think we should play another one of your songs, but I'm not sure which one because I keep going back to Dead and Gone.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
what
my
I said.
absolute
Play
favorite.
that one.
Dead
That's
and
a good
Gone.
one. The Beetlejuice
Awesome.
one. That's a different one too.
Now, did anything like make you really want to do this one, or is it just, hey, I really love Beetlejuice?
Oh,
Or
this one it started off. I was like, I got a song that I got like some singing that I don't really do often on. It's kind of more, not really singing, but we got to find something to do with Beetlejuice. Something to do with Beetlejuice. I don't want to use too much because there's so much you could do with these movies. There's so many Chucky
Yeah.
tracks, so many Nightmare on Elm, but you don't want to overdo it. So you got to use like you'll hear in the chorus, you'll hear the little inserts, but. Yeah, you don't want to really overdo Michael Keaton. And I heard there's a second one, but I ain't seen nothing yet. So if they're going to be making this, there's going to be another song. So.
I haven't heard anything about a second Beetlejuice. I've heard about the cartoon Beetlejuice.
Oh, I remember that. I have that.
And
oh,
I know
yeah.
that they're going to try. I don't know if they are, but they're going to try to make a second Hocus Pocus.
Oh, wow.
So it's in the works. So let's go ahead and play Dead and
Come
Gone.
for your daughter, Chuck. Should have put that in there.
That's the Lost Souls room. A room for ghosts that have been exorcised. Or devils. It's death for the dead. It's all in the handbook.
Now, till the end, I'm dead and gone. Nothing left for me to hold on.
I remember when it all began. Sad story, relaxing back and listen to this tale about a man who had nothing to decided to make something from coming up. But the gutter make it shut up. All you haters, shut the fuck on up. From all the hate I hold back to all the anger that I case, from all the fun that I lack to all the pills for the pain, from all the weed that I smoke to all the people I enrage. I give a fuck about the way it makes you feel today. Nothing's changed forever. I'm locked up in these chains, keep myself from going ballistic from all the pain. The statistics are insane when it comes to this game. I'm breaking records every day, leaving you dead without a name.
Now, till the end, I'm dead and gone.
Draw a door.
Nothing left for me to hold on.
Knock 3 times.
To the edge and beyond.
The dead come alive.
No coming back. I'm dead and gone.
Finally found my purpose on this earth. It's to resurface through the dirt and keep on lurking in the shadows. I put the hurt on as I rattle every window panel in the vicinity. The supernatural battle inside of me. I try to keep the focus. I'm centered, but it's hopeless. I die from my emotions, dragging bodies to the oceans, roller coasting in and out of my reality. I'm happy to be the monster that I happen to be. A fantasy, and you could never fathom what it's like to be me. All this madness in my mind and the sound of static from the TV keeping me coming back like an addict. It's a terrible disease. All the roads of the world can't hang the spirits that I see.
Till the end, I'm dead and gone.
Draw a door.
Nothing left for me to hold on.
Knock 3 times.
To the edge and beyond.
The dead come alive.
No coming back. I'm dead and gone.
Magic wonder, mad of fright, rives asunder man's delight. Our ghost, our corpse, and we rise to be.
Never landed on this planet on accident, laughing at establishment. People turned into savages, clashing for their habits, just a sick, sad world. I keep my madness to myself and let insanity unfurl in a cloak of darkness that consumes all the heartless who ignore all the starving. Let each other die so they can build apartments. They live as martyrs in prosthetic honeycombs. They never know what struggle is or what it's like to be alone. Hard to see the vision with no intuition, or trying to listen through a cell phone. The dead in prison, stuck in this disposition. I live in this electrical hellhole. I keep you wishing for forgiveness, and I'm a witness.
Down till the end, I'm dead and gone.
Draw a door.
Nothing left for me to hold on.
Knock 3 times.
To the edge and
The
beyond.
dead come alive.
No coming back. I'm dead and gone.
All right, that was Dead and Gone by Shadowrow. Again, you can get all of his songs from, what was it again?
Facebook, there's Reverb Nation, SoundCloud, or just email me or message me online.
And this is all for free, too. All the downloads are free.
Just download
Awesome.
it all. Because I'm not going to charge nothing yet. Why? I never really understood the whole, especially when you're at the level where I'm at, where you're not nowhere near famous or fame in any way, where you're going to charge people money for something that I don't even know if they even want to listen to in the first place. It's like, I always felt that way. It's like charging people to smell an apple pie. It's like you just can't, you just can't do that. Like, it smells good, I'm gonna walk by and smell it. So I mean, if I walk by and I hear it, and I'm gonna listen to it. Just let the people have it for free now. And see what happens.
Okay, then. Well, was there any questions that you wanted me to ask that I didn't get to, or anything like that? Maybe.
No, I mean, anything you want.
Awesome. Well, I guess I covered everything, unless maybe, what is Tonight about? The song Tonight.
Just one of the first. It's actually, I think, one of the opening tracks on the CD. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it.
It's the closing one, actually.
Yeah, on this one, yeah. But it's it's not really. It's just a fast-paced song. There wasn't really a concept to this one.
Okay.
It's just got like a metal influence to it and just rapping. This is pretty much it.
Now, I know some artists, they actually go out into nature and they have to meditate and everything like that. Now, did you do this with this song?
Nah.
No.
This wrote about a day.
A day, okay. Yeah. Like you said, some songs can take like a day.
Yeah, but it took longer than that to record, I'll tell you that. Especially with the chorus and stuff, yeah, it was a little different.
Now, what was the longest song that you think you've ever written? Because on here you have one song that's called "This Is the End." That's like 4 minutes.
That's
and 26
the RoboCop
seconds.
song.
That's the RoboCop.
That has
song.
a lot. That one's got the most samples I probably ever used in a song.
Okay.
And that's a long one. But the longest is probably the song I just did with the other guys, because it's like about 5-6 minutes long, and that's because there's four of us on there with choruses and everything. But I try not to keep them too long, and not too short. I mean, just
not like one of those 80s songs where it's like 3-minute guitar solos and 5-minute drum solos.
Those are good when you're doing actual music, when you're playing actual music. When you're doing stuff like this, people don't want to sit there and listen to a beat play over and over.
I mean, I would listen to Dead and Gone like a good night or so.
That's a good one.
But no, so tonight is probably going to be the last song that we are going to play. Again, they can get all of your music on Facebook, emailing you. I know you're also on SoundCloud and stuff too. Again,
and on Facebook as Shadowrow, because that's my name now.
It's your name.
I took it. And I own the pages.
Now I'm curious, how did you get the name as Shadowrow? Did you I know there's a street in like Willoughby or something like that. Did you just go down the street? It's like, oh, you know what?
It actually,
that's my name.
It's the shadows, either whether it's from gravestones or trees in a row. This is how our life falls. It's just everything's in a row. Just when you look forward. I don't know. It's hard to explain. There's a lot of meanings to it.
An entire show just
from the
dedicated
shadows. That's where we come from. So
okay, it's an interesting take on it. Actually, I like that. We're gonna have to bring you back in just for like an hour-long segment as to how.
I'll show you plenty of things of what I mean. There's an artistic view to it. Yeah, no one ever does. It's just a name. It's just a name. It's just.
Yeah, because I was trying to research you. I'm like, okay, well, how did he get his name? And then I typed in Shadowrow, And it's just one of the things that popped up. It's like a street.
Yeah, the street
name
comes
is
up as
Willoughby.
one. That's I don't know how that happened. I never really knew of that until after somebody pointed that out. I'm like, oh man, okay, I'm already too far into it. But that's what I got from the row of shadows from either gravestones, trees, whatever. That's what I mean. When you look in a certain way, the light hits a certain way. You can see that, and that's how we want to be. You look at us in a certain light, and that's what you'll see is.
Okay. Did
that
you
forward progression?
Now, did you spend like a lot of time in graveyards and stuff like that? No.
It's just an interesting place. Just
okay.
Everybody ends up there in the end.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up, and again, we're going to play tonight your last song on the CD, Parasite. Now, how many albums do you have actually?
This will be the second, pretty
This will be
well.
the second one.
I'm debating because I'm going to take a lot of the songs from the first one, and we're just going to incorporate onto this one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to actually just make a separate CD of just everybody I've done collaborations with, and that's going to be.
So it'll be like a deluxe CD.
Yeah, there'll be this one that'll come out with everything from the first release, which was just released free online anyway,
well,
which like this one's going to be anyway. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear the rest.
A lot of
your
the ones
CDs.
that people haven't heard are from this one. So I mean, and I've got
Awesome.
ones that they haven't even heard yet that they won't hear yet until it actually comes out.
Understood. Okay. Well, we're.
No one ever hears.
Yeah, because I ain't never gonna play those songs. They're gonna throw this in the garbage.
Well, maybe if we can get you back on when we can get to playing those songs as well.
Yeah, I'll
All
have
right.
more. Oh, I've got plenty more.
Plenty more.
Yeah.
Maybe bring those in next
We got
time.
ones with the Crypt Keeper. We got all kinds of ones.
No, really?
Oh,
Which
yeah.
song is that?
Oh, that's Deceitful. That's with a couple other guys that I didn't have an edited version of that one, so I couldn't bring that one.
Okay, next
Yeah.
time we bring you in, you have to get an edited version of
Yeah,
that
we got
song.
the Crypt Keeper on that one. He's funny.
That
People
is
remember
too
him.
awesome. Okay, once again, you're listening to Shadowrow with Lady Ayla. You're on Lake Effect. Here is Tonight by Shadowrow.
Take a deeper look into my mind. Nothing but demons from side to side. They like to hide behind both eyes. Some in the brain and some in the spine. How the f did it ever get to this? Got lost in the dark, came back in the mist. I was the victim up here in the chair. You were the one who flipped the switch. No care, no list, no wish, no bitch, no witness in this. Just listen to this message that this vision given with no forgiveness. I'm living this pain every day for all the things that I say, but I'll stay anchored. Continue to spray this right up in your face. In time, this is the place you wanna be. This life, this is the face you'll never see. These lies will be the ones to set us free. To the night, tonight. In time, this is the place you wanna be. This life, this is the face you'll never see. These lies will be the ones to set us free. To the night, tonight. Alone in the dark, I sit in a chair. I was passed by in the corner, I stare. No care, just stare. See the red eyes glare, but I'm not scared, cause they know me there. VIP in the underground. Every verse that I spit, shake the ground. Voice so loud, blow your eardrums out. Blood rush down, can I finish now? Keep a motherfucker in deep suspense. It's not my fault that your life's a mess. Don't need the stress, so I roll the best. Head full of smoke, so f the rest. Hold that shit up in your chest. Exhale, no fail, so be my guest. Unless you stab my back attack with my axe will split your necks in half. Roll up in this motherfucker head, you know I'm so cold. And it's show. Glued to the bone, flash at your next and I'm gone. Same song, no dance, here no chance of a relapse. Got this shit under control. Pack that bone, now ready, set, go. When I lift off, I set this shit off, no cough when I roll. And I get up on some crazy shit to see how you'll emote. But you have no emotion, see, just like a robot with circuitry. This show's about to get real, I'm dying from my frequency. In time, this is the place you wanna be. This life, this is the face you'll never see. These lies will be the ones to set us free. To the night, tonight. In time, this is the place you wanna be. This life, this is the face you'll never see. These lies will be the ones to set us free. To the night, tonight. Lost on a path I can't control. Gotta keep my head up, keep the boat afloat. No time to roam. Headstrong, dead set when I go for the goal, just like a ghost. Invisible, this ritual. Got a demon for a pet, habitual. Got a feeling for the best of visible. I'll cut you down, I said a better blood for the letter that I sent, and now I never let it go. And it's on under 5 and I roll like a stone. Clouds of smoke, I puff along like a locomotive. I stay devoted, bleeding heart, and you know I show it. Never stop, I keep on going like a weed. I'm growing center stage. I turn the page, you feel this in time. This is the place you wanna be. This life, this This is the face you'll never see. These lies will be the ones to set us free. To the night, tonight, in time. This is the place you wanna be. This life, this is the face you'll never see. These lies will be the ones to set us free. To the night, tonight.